Contemptuous world, embrace the breath of extinction!
How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my feet to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack, couple miles further around.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we're actually going to be talking about a character that's on the current banner. We're going to be talking about Ame. So, Ame is a very, very good character. She is widely accepted and known as one of the highest DPS characters in the game because of her skills and her abilities, and just her overall damage output is kind of insane. I'm not even gonna lie. I've used her a lot more since I've got this skin. Don't shame me. Because for a while, I did not really like her kit. And I didn't really understand how to use it. So, after I fiddled around with her, I borrowed some friend units that already had her built up and everything, and I realized how much of an investment she really is. And the payoff is so much more than just a little bit of... Like, she's a great unit. She is an earth, she is a mage, and she is a wizard, so she's going to be doing lots of damage because of that wizard subclass. That's what makes her do all the damage. Now, because she is a wizard, she does fall under the role of a DPS. So you are going to want to run her pretty solid DPS gear. I just have attack on her right now. You can run speed, maybe crit damage if you really want to. It's really up to you. But I like attack gear for her. I don't really think that she needs all of that for like extra crit and stuff like that. Unless you were building her a specific way, I guess. These are just some pieces of gear that I just happened to find. I like Memento Mori on her because increasing the attack, so it's like a 20% attack buff if you get enough turns in, which is super cool. And then the weapon, I just had this one in case I'm nuking things left and right, being able to reduce that cooldown. But realistically, let's see. That's what I have on her currently. Noblewoman's Guile. That wouldn't be bad. Thumping Knuckle Dusters. That one wouldn't be too bad. Last Hope wouldn't be too bad either, because you are going to be doing a good amount of damage with her basic attack. And Sublime Melody, that's not that great for her. So yeah, I would end up using, like, Fire Fist isn't bad if you're going to be spamming it. Noblewoman's Guile isn't bad when you're trying to be popping her S3 all the time. Thumping Knuckle Dusters isn't bad. It's going to increase your damage a good bit, but that's all it's really going to do. Last Hope isn't going to be too bad because of her ability for her S1 to chain into itself. If you don't know her S1, she can get a little bit of a different effect of basically like hitting everything. I think it's this part. Or something. I don't exactly know what triggers it. Oh, it's Sakura Chiru. This part. If you proc Sakura Chiru, you can get a little bonus effect, which is super nice. But her first skill, her S1, isn't too bad. Attacks an enemy depending on what effect she has from her S3 will determine everything else. So I guess we're actually going to cover her S3 first. So when she uses her S3, she attacks an enemy and then gets an extra turn. Before attacking, if the target's health is less than or equal to 90%, she gets the Ume Ichirin effect for 3 turns and increases damage dealt, which is nice. If the target's health is greater than 90%, she gets the Sakura Chiru effect for 3 turns and generates 5 chain points, which allows that extra effect of that extra attack, which is super nice. It's a really good extra attack. It does a lot of damage. It hits everything. It's a really cool thing. It's nice to have if you're trying to do like Glissolus. Glissolus is a great fight for Sakura Chiru to be working. So her S2 here just increases crit chance by 10% and increases all damage dealt against bosses, and then increases weakness gauge damage dealt to enemies when she uses her S1 by 1. Which is nice. I mean, she quite literally is supposed to be a boss killer, which is super nice. And then her S1 attacks an enemy. Depending on the unique effect applied to the caster, activates one of the following effects. So she has Ume Ichirin attacks an enemy. 85% chance to increase the caster's priority by 20% after attacking. Once I get it maxed out, it will actually be a 100% chance to increase the priority by 20%. And then Sakura Chiru attacks all enemies, always attacks with elemental advantage, which is super cool. But if we burst it, at level 1, all additional attack effects apply, which would be Ume Urchin and Sakura Chiru, so you'll get both of them to proc. At 2, you'll just increase your damage, and then at 3, you increase your penetration by 30%, which is really nice, because a lot of bosses end up with a lot of defense, and that's just like a 30% damage bonus, realistically. It's just another way to increase damage. She does have a finish effect, which is just generates 25 chain points, which is really nice, because getting more chain points is going to make it easier to keep looping it, which is going to give you more chain points, which is going to allow you to keep looping it better, which is a super cool way to do it. Her exclusive equipment, I just got it the other day, is Secret Sword Teru Teru Bozu. Please don't judge me if I said that wrong. Basically what it does is it just increases damage dealt to water enemies by 50, and it increases her accuracy a little bit. That's all it does. That's genuinely all her exclusive does, is just increases her damage dealt to water enemies by 50%. Which surprises me a little bit that we don't see her more in PvP, because I feel like that's a pretty solid thing for PvP, but I also know that she's fairly squishy, being what she is. So it kind of makes sense. So I can't really be too disturbed by that. So really quickly, I'm going to do a Glissolus fight with her. I think this will work. I don't know. It's been a hot minute since I've done Glissolus, so you'll have to bear with me here. It's been a hot minute. I don't exactly remember how she works. That's right. If her underlings aren't present, she takes less damage. Which is why we have Rana here. And we have Aste here because she's just going to give us immunity for 3 turns, which is beautiful. The 3-turn immunity is really, really nice. Now that she has an underling here, now we can do our normal amount of damage, as long as we don't kill the dude. And that's the damage I'm talking about. And that's the additional effect. Look at that damage, guys. She just did 30k in a single turn. Just did 30k, easy peasy. And we have Rana here because Rana is a great way for us to reduce her defense and do more damage. And Aste is going to be over here taking hits like a champ. And there's the additional effect again. Look at that, 18k? You're kidding me, right? Like, that's wild damage to me. That is absolutely insane damage. This is the part that's always concerning, though, because we did actually a little too much damage too fast. Which is where we're gonna maybe run into some issues here, because our immunity stacks are out. So I either needed to do more damage faster or not as much damage slower. So this might suck. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. We're gonna do this. Hopefully this works out in our favor. Reduces speed. I'll take a reduction in speed. As long as Ame doesn't get frozen, you know. Or not Ame. Okay. So all I did there is I actually did too much damage too quickly. Which happens, you know. I just did too much damage too quick. Realistically, I might actually have an easier time doing stage 11. Because I'll have more health to go through. So. Ouch. We're gonna do this. Because hopefully that doesn't break it too much. Because I just have to, while watching that, I have to really be watching her enrage gauge. Because if I don't watch it, I'm toast. How much does this do? 15%? That's not too bad. 17. If it goes above 20 is when we're screwed. Okay. It is at 20. That's scary. Because it means that, it's scary because it means that realistically we could end up enraging her on accident. And I really don't want to do that just yet. So. The next turn, I need to use Aste's effect to give us immunity, because we're going to need it here soon. Because I'm going to focus on dealing with this little dude right here. And we want to be able to start working on the boss, really. Because now we're at 31%. Seiren would probably be better to use, but I like Aste here, because Aste, in my opinion, is just a little bit more consistent. And that's why I like her. She's just a little bit more consistent. And then Ame does still some crazy damage with her, with that. But now we have immunity up for kind of everybody, which is nice, because we need that immunity. I'm just going to hit dude over here with a basic. Hit dude over here with a basic. We're just trying to turn the invulnerability shield down. There we go. Now we can start doing some damage here. Bam. Increases damage. Hits everybody. And then we can do another burst. Whack. Whack. That should actually break. And this should break. Beautiful. And then now we can kind of bully. Just like that. End of the world. Triggers the additional attack. There's that basic attack. There's this attack. We still have a good bit of health to get through. Don't get me wrong. But it should be fairly easy to get through this. We're going to put the immunity back on because I know that we're immediately going to get frozen again. Yeah. We are going to get frozen again almost immediately. We're going to be able to hit her with this. Get an extra turn. I'm going to use this part because Nadia should be able to go first again. Oh, never mind. We're just going to kill the boss. There you go, guys. That is Ame. Now, I didn't do it fast enough, but as you can see, Ame did 201k. The next one was Rhonda, which did 54k. I like Rana because she does a pretty good job of lowering defense, and she's pretty good about just sitting there and not caring and just living. But I really like this team for this. There's probably a better team than this. If you actually use Seirun instead of Aste, it probably works a little bit better. But I like Aste. I've invested a lot of time into Aste, and my Seirun has very little investment in her. So that's why I like her a little bit more. Why is my Dahlia down here? Oh, because of the weapon. That's right. I've been stealing everybody's weapons, so everyone's been switching places in here. Because Dahlia should actually be up here, but I think it's because Maeva has her weapon. Actually, it's not Maeva. Who has her weapon? I don't know. Somebody has her weapon. Somebody has her weapon that shouldn't have her weapon. We'll just go with that. So, I gotta do a lot of gear fixing still. But, yeah. That's Ame. Realistically, she is a freaking amazing character. She does incredible amounts of damage. Excuse me. You can use her for Glycelis. You can use her for Tyrant Toddler. She destroys Tyrant Toddler, by the way. She turns him into a living joke. And then another thing that I actually needed her help with was nope, not that boss. Nope, not her. Not that one. No. 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 I don't exactly remember which boss it is. But there's a boss in here that is the calamari boss. I don't exactly know which one it is. But there's a calamari boss. There he is. This guy. This grand calamari boss. I literally tried for 3 days. I couldn't beat it. I borrowed someone's Ame, beat it first try. So this is another boss. If you're stuck on 1-10 in chapter 2 or season 2 hard, and you're stuck on Sacred because of this grand calamari, borrow somebody's Ame or build your own Ame. She destroys this boss, hands down. And with that, I think that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you found it informative. I hope it was kind of enjoyable. I hope you guys were able to see the hot fox girl absolutely obliterate a weird ice elf thing. And I hope you guys found it informative. I hope you guys found this enjoyable. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.